What's up, savages? You are watching the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we mine a different GPU-mineable coin every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Monday, March 25th, 2019. Before we get started, I always like to show what is going on in the market. So let me do that. And I would like to thank everyone for watching, liking, subscribing, and all that stuff. You guys are such savages out there. So this is what's going on in the market. A lot of sideways stuff. Binance Coin or Binance Boeing is down a little bit. It's been on like a super tear. I can't believe that thing. I was kind of looking at it at $5, and I was like, man, that's the lowest I've seen it like ever. But yeah, I didn't get into that, unfortunately. Everything else moving pretty sideways. And as far as, let's look at some gainers and losers real quick. For gainers, it looks like SavageMine coin, which has been on the top for a while now, a few days anyway. It's been up there at the very top. And we got BitShares, Wiki Chain, Qcoin shares. You know, if it's not mineable, I don't know a whole lot about it typically. I know this Digitex futures is supposed to be pretty good though, because it's a decentralized exchange that's coming online and stuff, so that should be pretty cool. Let's look at some losers real quick. Crypto.com, Engine pulling back a little bit. They've been on a tear, but they are down over 7 days. So there's a mineable coin right there. Komodo, Steam. Yeah, I mean, not huge. I mean, for crypto, this is not huge losses, you know, across the board or anything like that. But yeah, interesting. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff happening anyway. Bitmax token is up 77% over the week, but I guess the star is the SavageMine coin. But anyway, so that is just a quick look at the market. I'm not really interacting with the chat. I don't even know. I don't have it up just yet, so I will in just a moment. But I like to show you guys what I am currently mining. I'm still mining Raven and Conceal, and I did Raven on NVIDIA and Conceal on AMD, and I'm actually mining Conceal on the shared rigs as well. Took a little vote, and we decided to switch them over to Conceal for probably the next month at least. So that's where they're residing. And I'm mining Old Faithful Raven and Conceal on these two rigs. If you like video content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And if you like random thoughts, and sometimes it's even about crypto, then you also want to follow me on Twitter. I do some updates, and I try not to, I don't flood your feed with like a lot of retweets or anything like that, as long as it's not something I'm kind of into. Like I retweeted this Zelcore thing, but I like Zelcash and Zelcore and all that stuff. So, but most of the stuff that I put over here is about projects I'm interested in, and then some random thoughts. So be sure to, but I do also channel updates over here as well, so it's kind of important if you want to keep up with what's going on the channel. So yeah, do that as well. Be sure to hit the appropriate interaction button, like or dislike and all that stuff, and you know, let's keep the conversation going in the comments, and you know, if you're watching this video after the fact, and you know, interact with the chat and things like that. If you're watching, you know, it always makes things a little bit better whenever you do that. And in this show, we have a list of over 100 GPU mineable coins. Right now we're at 142 that we run through an online randomizer to choose one for us. And whatever we land on, we try to mine successfully within 30 minutes so we can switch over to the BrandonCoin daily mining live stream that starts on his channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The last show we mined, which was Friday, we mined Zelcash by request. It was kind of a request. I think I originally put it out on Thursday, and it was just an overwhelming majority wanted to see something on Zelcash. So we did that on Friday. It was super fun. really cool stuff over there. We actually mined it pretty quickly, I believe, and yeah, I mean the time on the show was 33 minutes, so we did go over by a little bit, but you know, I did go a little bit deeper than I normally go into like a random coin project, but because it was by request, so I did a little bit more research on it and stuff like that. But so that we aren't wasting time with unmineable coins, and in this instance, the first one that I landed on, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Actually, I can't show you because if I click on the spreadsheet, you're going to know what it is tonight. But I can tell you, it was a BIP coin was the name of it, and it's the one that we used to see with the cat. It was almost like a Dogecoin, but it was BIP coin. And it actually would show up from time to time on What to Mine as a profitable coin, which was really strange. But if I go to, I want to say it was Bitcoin, it should come up here. Yeah, see right here, a fun little shit coin while it worked. Okay, so if you go to their website, it says right here, you know, Bitcoin no longer viable. But again, it was on my list, right? So at some point I had added it to the spreadsheet, and it died somewhere after that. So it was February 17th, 2019, it looks like. Looks like it was turned over to another dev, and they never did anything with it. So you can go to this website and check it out if you want, but that is the example, or that's an example of why I pre-record the randomization part. So let's go ahead and let me show you that video real quick here so we can get started. Now this was today, so I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of research or anything like that. So we landed on Ellaism, I believe is how you say it. Ellaism, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it, to be honest. I would imagine it's I'm not going to be able to say it. Now that I'm trying to say it, I'm not going to be able to say it. All right, so anyway, we'll just call it Ella. Okay, so we landed on Ella, and so tonight we're going to be mining that. It's an Ethash algo coin, and let me hop over to their website real quick. I did just a little bit of research on them, you know, just kind of poking around. You know, I don't know if they're, I think it's just Ellaism. That's probably not right. Ellaism? That sounds right. Alright, so this is their website, and the project is focused on using exclusively proof of work. Now, most of the stuff I'll talk about is mainly just with regards to you know, how it affects miners and things like that, right? Because that's what the show is about. It's not really about what the coin is about. But I do like to give a little bit of, you know, information about whatever it is that we're trying to mine, so that it's not totally boring and we're just mining some random coin, right? I mean, it is a random coin, but you know, it's better to know a little bit about it, right? At least in my eyes. So it's focused on using exclusively proof of work to secure the network, and it is obviously, well, not obviously, it is a fork of, well, not a fork, it's an Ethereum-based network. And it's a pure, they call it a pure blockchain dApp platform. Right there, you see that on the website there. But in other words, as far as the proof of work to secure the network exclusively, there's not a plan for them to go to proof of stake at any point, but it is looking like it's possible that they'll go and do a BTC relay or atomic swap platform potentially in the future, so that's kind of neat. It's a project ran by the community and had no pre-mine and no mandatory dev fees. The core is ran by donations, so they base the core dev fee on donations. And the core has a public inspectable roadmap, which is right here on the website. And actually, I think it's under about, yeah. And the core is replaceable by redirecting your donations, and most of the donations would come from pools that support Ella. So some of the pool fees that you pay as you're mining on a pool, you know, if you donate 1% or 2%, depending on the pool, some of that is redirected to the dev fund for Ella if you're mining Ella on that pool. And two of the main devs this past month anyway are Ellaism. I'm never going to be able to say that. Oh my gosh. Which he's a, I don't know, he or she is a Go and Rust developer, and he's the creator. He or she is the creator. They are the creator. Steve Mulligan, he develops iOS and Android mobile wallets for Ella. And as far as mining specific things, average block time is 14 seconds, which is, you know, basically 10 to 19 seconds is expected. You got 5 Ella per block with 20% reward reduction that happens every 10 million blocks. The network ID is 0x40, and it has replay protection enabled by default for that chain ID, which is 0x40. And there's not going to be a difficulty bomb like other Ethereum-based coins. And based on what I looked at earlier as far as the hash rate and things like that, the network hash rate, it doesn't look like ASICs are affecting the network. Although I guess, you know, being that there's some out there for Ethash, you know, it could, but it doesn't look like it's making a big difference overall. So that is pretty much a quick rundown on the coin. Let me check the chat here. You guys can hear me, right? Y'all are making comments like, oh, there, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I kind of changed up the intro there a little bit to where it's a little bit more streamlined there, Yashnik. What's up, Czar420 and Yashnik and Sonia? What is going on? Good to have you guys in here. So that is a quick rundown on Ella. And let's go ahead and start with the documentation process and all that stuff that we have to do in order to successfully mine this coin. And if anybody can give me the pronunciation, how that is supposed to be pronounced. I thought I had it earlier before the show started. I was saying it. I really was. But I think I was saying it in my head and not necessarily out loud. So once it started trying to make that sound with my actual mouth, it didn't want to come out, so it was weird. Ellaism, that's probably it. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what y'all think. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so it's Ethash. And then this one's been out for a little while, so it should be everywhere. It should be on Coin Paprika. It should be everywhere. It's number 13. What was it ranked? 13. I saw it just a second ago. I need to get more familiar with this Coin Paprika. Golly, I cannot talk today. Over coin market cap. It's kind of weird. This looks a little different. All right, so let's go ahead and document this, and we'll let's go to coin market cap as well. I'm gonna look at it over here. I think there was something that jumped out at me. Oh, I know what it was. This is the volume, and this coin, if you look at their chart, I mean, ugh. It's brutal, but you know, like I point out sometimes whenever we're going over these coins, if you liked Ellaism over here, anywhere in this area or this area, then you got to really love it over here, right? Unless it's dying, and I don't want to say that it is, but I mean, it's looking pretty rough. But the possibility for some huge gains are there, not financial advice or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's way down, right, from its all-time high, 99% or so. So yeah, brutal. There was something else that jumped out at me. Oh yeah, I was going to show you, you know, 24-hour volume, $200, not a lot. Market cap is only 122,000. Whenever I first landed on this, because I've seen it on What to Mine from time to time, I was really expecting some bigger numbers than this. So I was kind of caught off guard by, you know, by this. I didn't go through their Bitcoin Talk thread a whole lot, so I don't know if maybe there's some news or something like that. Their website looked like it was updated. Everything looked fine there, so I don't know. Let's see. It looks like we're hitting all-time lows, actually, on it. And they're getting about $200 a day volume. So there you go. All right, let me document this. Actually, we don't need that, do we? What to mine. So if we go to What to Mine, let's check this out. I didn't go over here before the show, so I don't know if they're even on here anymore. They might actually be on the, yeah, there they are. I was going to say they might be on the ASIC. Okay, so it is active and everything, so that's cool. All right, so what we'll do is maybe we'll come back over here if we get everything up and running and mining. We'll come back over here and look at profitability and stuff like that. So, so cool. All right, I didn't know that they were going to be active on here because of that volume. That volume is so low, you know. All right, so let's go and look at their Bitcoin Talk thread. This is probably it. Yeah, September 11th, 2017. And they do have a lot of activity on their Bitcoin Talk thread here, so that's a good sign. All right. I always get distracted because I want to see what people are saying. All right, so 11 September 2017. For that, let's go to their website. Oh yeah, and I got this. I'll start this whole thing over here too. All right, so this is their website. And then on their website for wallets, they're developing a lot. I don't know how many are actually working at the moment. It looks like they do have for Android and iOS. They have Ellaism is available on Ledger. I'm going to probably do the MetaMask method, I would imagine. Or the web wallet here. This is my Ether wallet is what I meant, not MetaMask. And then they have a desktop wallet as well. But for this, not sure, you know, how often I would actually mine this coin, so I'm just going to do the web wallet. And this is what it looks like. So we get to enter a password here, and hopefully create a wallet super fast here. It doesn't really matter if I remember this or not because I won't use it again for this. So we're going to let's download that real quick just for the heck of it. And understand, continue. All right, so that's the private key. Don't want to worry about that. And there's the, oops, I don't want to print this. So hopefully we can just grab this address right here. That's the mining address. And go over here, document that. I think we're good there. So now we just need a pool and a port, and we will be off to the races, I believe. Let's go over here to miningpoolstats.stream and go to Ella. I did look at this before the show, and I was pleased to see that the distribution of hash rate was amongst a lot of pools, right? It's spread out. You know, oftentimes the smaller cap coins, you have one pool that has 100%, or two pools, one that has 99% and the other one that has 1 or whatever. So, and you actually could go solo on this coin as well. Probably, if we had a little bit more time, I would probably try it. I don't think it's any different actually, because in both cases I would probably use 2 miners. I'm kind of a fan of that pool, and I don't see any other ones that jump out at me. You know, the technicals is not on here and things like that. So I would probably stick to 2 miners for this. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I like their pool interface and all that stuff, so it's nice. So I just clicked on how to start, and in here it recommends, you know, using Claymore's dual ETH GPU miner. So we'll get to that point because we'll probably use HiveOS. Well, we will use HiveOS, at least to start. And we'll use the Scarif rig, which is my AMD rig down here behind me. Let me grab, what do I need here? Probably all I need right there. I'm going to leave this up though, because as we're creating the flight sheet in HiveOS, we might need to come back here to look at some settings and stuff. So we'll throw this in here. And then because it's Ethash, you know, ideally you would use AMD GPUs just because they perform a little bit better. Although with the ETH pill and all that stuff, the enlargement pill, you know, NVIDIA competes pretty well depending on what GPUs you have. So, but we'll use AMD just for consistency as far as what you would normally be mining or mining Ethash with, right? So we're gonna go Claymore on AMD. I think, isn't the Claymore miner for both? I think it is. I think it has both versions. So that is cool. So this is the rig that we'll be using right here, hardware wise. Then let's go to HiveOS. Head over here to the, now that wallet is going to be in here, so we'll just go ahead and start with flight sheets because we can add in the wallet as we go here. So I'm going to go ELLA. Figured it was already in there. Then we're going to click Add Wallet. Go and grab my address again. Now if I forget and I leave this miner mining this, then you have the private key, so y'all can just go and, you know, rewind the video and get the private key and go and grab the whatever's in there, whatever Ella you can out of there. So let's see here, it's ELLA YouTube. That's the wallet. And then because it was already in here, it's probably going to have some pools. It does. 2 miners, which is what we were going to use. So we'll use 2 miners. We'll go solo, or not solo, EU, and that is the one that we had, right? Ella 3030. Yep. So we'll click apply there, and because all this was already in HiveOS and set up, we're probably going to click on the down arrow here, or somewhere in this line here, and it's already going to have the miners selected for us. So in this case, it has most of them. Yeah. So the website, the pool wanted us to use Claymore Dual, so we'll go ahead and choose that just because most of the stuff is going to be set up for us in here. And I don't know if y'all remember, but the last Ethash that we mined, whenever I clicked on this, it had as the options in here, it didn't have it split out like this. It had, and I don't know why. Maybe they fixed this. Maybe it was a problem, but they had it looking like, I don't want to do it because I'm going to mess this up, but they basically didn't have it split like this with a comma. They had it dot, they had wall dot worker name without the worker name in there, and the colon. So if you left it like that, the default, then it wasn't going to work for most, I guess, for any pool. But because it looks like now they fixed that default setting. It looks like it was something that was messed up in there, where the default setting had a dot worker name, and that didn't work very well. So let's see here. I'm not going to dual mine, so this looks pretty good. It could just be because of the miner that we chose. I don't know. I might have to look into that. But if we go back to our pool, we want to look at what our settings are for all coins and all pools in the pool settings. So all pools is 0, all coins is ETC. So that's the way it's set. So those settings are accurate, so that's good. All right, I'm digging that. So I'm going to click Apply Changes. We're going to give it a name, Ella_YouTube, and then create the flight sheet. And there is the flight sheet. So now we go to workers, and the Scarif rig here, we put a check mark next to that. Then we click on the rocket, which is your flight sheets. Then I like to click on the button to actually filter by the flight sheet that we just created. So I do that, and then click on the flight sheet, and then click apply. And then I also like to throw it a reboot after assigning it to a new coin, right? So I did both of those things. And it's not on the display back here. What you're looking at is, or what you were looking at, is actually Kessel, the rig above it. So what I'll have to do is once it reboots, I'll get into it using Hive Shell, and then that way we can see what the status is. Super fast. You guys are so quiet. No one is saying anything. Why not? There's 9 of y'all in here. Is it that boring of a crypto day for you guys? Is BrandonCoin going live? I didn't get his notification. It does look like he's going live, so that is good. I believe that Claymore comes up pretty fast. It's not slow like XM Rig and XMR Stack. So it should be, maybe a minute. Okay, so I refreshed. It looks like we are mining Ella at 345 megahash. So that is a pretty good amount there. That's 12 GPUs though. So, all right, so let's go to this rig, and we are going to bring up Hive Shell. We're going to nail the time today, it looks like, as long as we're getting accepted shares. I would expect that we are, but I don't know for sure. We're going to find out here in a moment. And then we're also going to take a quick look at the overclock settings and hash rate per GPU and all that stuff. So, all right, so share accepted, boom, right there. You see it, I see it. So super cool. And then you can see the hash rates down there. Not great. I was expecting to see 31 out of them. Could be. Let's go and look at what we are actually using here. All right, so that's probably why. It looks like it's. This is one thing I don't know about Hive OS is I've got this. Oh wait, hang on. Let me refresh this. It should be showing me Ethash over here. It says it here, but not over here. Interesting. And this usually happens the first boot. I usually get some temperatures that are out of control, and then I'll reboot again and everything will be great. Let me look at, see if I can apply this template here. Actually, go back over here, go up here to overclock templates, click that, apply. I don't know if that is what I have to do. I thought that it would pull it based on the algorithm that I'm mining, but if you go to the templates and I go to Ethash, it looks like I have it set to core 1100, which I think is a little low. Probably should be 1175 and 2175. Maybe that's why it's not hitting 31. But anyway, so these are the settings right now. I could probably get 31 out of them if I bump this up to 1175 and go 2175 over here. For these GPUs, it seems to work really well, that particular setting. So go in here and I know we got to get over to BrandonCoin. It'll be just a minute. So that's so, but oh, my breaker tripped. So that's going to be it. All right, so that's why I don't mine Ethash on this particular rig. I've got kind of a weird power strip that has a little safety breaker in it, and if it pulls anything over 1500 watts, then it trips, or even close to 1500 watts. So anyway, so it's down. I'll have to reset that. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow. Actually, I'll see y'all in BrandonCoin here in a moment. Be sure to smash the like on the way out and all that stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Stay savage, everybody.